This is the opening screen. The first interactive screen shows 4 options: Existing Patient, New Patient, Settings, and Shutdown. Selecting Existing Patient allows you to add a new hemodynamic session to an existing patient. Selecting New Patient allows you to enter a patient who does not currently exist in the monitor. Selecting Settings allows you to change specific items such as units of measurement. Press Shutdown in order to turn off the Starling SV monitor. Please note that you will have to return to the main menu and select this option to turn the monitor off, similar to shutting down a computer. Let's begin by discussing the Settings option. First, select Settings. You then have the option of entering patient information, such as height and weight, in either metric or US units. For example, to enter the height in US units, touch Height Units and select USA. Now you'll be asked the patient's height in inches instead of centimeters when entering their information. To input information about a new patient, select New Patient, and you'll be prompted for the required information. The first screen is Patient ID. Enter the patient's medical record number or other unique identifier used at your facility. Pressing Next takes you to Patient Age. Enter the age. Press Next. Note that the system asks for the patient's weight in pounds because earlier you had selected US units. Enter the weight. Press Next. Then enter the patient's height in inches. Press Next. And enter the patient's gender. Once the patient's gender has been entered, pressing Finish brings up the Review screen. At this point, you can confirm the accuracy of the information you've entered and correct any errors. Once you've ensured that everything is correct, select the Run key. This brings up the thorax screen where you can verify the sensors are placed correctly. An animated torso will appear indicating proper sensor placement. You have the option to view sensor placement on the front or back of the torso. If you'd like to place the sensors on the back of the patient, simply push the button labeled Front/Back. The screen will indicate sensor connectivity. If the sensors are not connected properly, they will be glowing red. If the sensors are connected correctly, they will be glowing green and you can proceed. Once all the sensors are glowing green, you will have the option of selecting Start Session, Start PLR, or Start Bolus. For this demonstration, begin by touching the Start Session button. This is the Run screen. You'll then see 2 channels of EKG and the Starling SV's signal. The signals should appear stable without a lot of noise. After about 90 seconds, the system will calibrate and the numbers will appear. Note that even though a value appears, the white bar indicates that calibration is still in progress. When the white bar disappears, the system has successfully performed the calibration and there is no need to strictly control patient movement. Regarding blood pressure, there are 3 ways to enter it: blood pressure cuff, arterial line, or manually. To enter blood pressure manually, select the User Data Entry button and enter MAP. The MAP dialog box will prompt you to enter a value for mean arterial pressure. Press OK. The system will calculate resistance and display it on screen. To calculate the oxygen delivery index value, you can also enter the hemoglobin and oxygen saturation values. Be sure to enter the hemoglobin first. If you apply the blood pressure cuff that comes with the Starling SV, it will automatically record the patient's blood pressure and measure the resistance and resistance index parameters. The interval for the measurements can be selected from the NIBP soft key in the bottom menu section. Simply slide your finger across the bottom to view this menu option. Lastly, there is an option to connect the Starling SV monitor to select arterial lines. Please ask your local representative for more details. This is the dashboard screen that shows the complete hemodynamic profile. To see all the hemodynamic parameters, swipe your finger up or down to navigate to the dashboard screen. Both absolute and indexed values are displayed for flow parameters. The same for stroke volume and the stroke volume index. The dashboard screen may also be customized to show the necessary parameters that are important to your department. Simply tap on any parameter display box, and you'll be presented with different parameter options. As you can see, by selecting the parameters you want, the entire screen is customizable. By swiping up again, you will see the numerical or spreadsheet screen. This displays values that are recorded and stored automatically at either 30-second or 60-second intervals. Swiping your finger up again brings you to the trend screen. Customization options apply here as well. Additionally, another feature allows you to trend two parameters side by side. This is done by selecting one of the boxes on the right and choosing the Change button. Select which ones to compare. When finished, touch OK. Continuing to swipe up or down will cycle you through all the screens. Accessing individual screens can also be accomplished by pressing the Switch Display button and selecting Dashboard as an example. To turn the machine off, the sequence is swipe bottom menu, select Exit, Main menu. Confirm you want to stop the test. This returns you to the opening screen. Select Shut Down. Confirm by answering Yes, and the machine will shut down.